You know, and the legs, and you're going. And I started, you know, it was funny, all the time we were doing that, I was listening to bands all the time. And I started to get into bands like Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skinner and stuff like that there. And I was listening to all, and I was looking at album sleeves, you know, these bands. And that's when I've seen, one of them was playing a Flying V. And I thought, that's the coolest looking guitar I've ever seen. That's incredible, I want one of those. So there was a guitar player from Dublin. I'm not sure if people were very aware of him, but he was an absolute killer guitar player. And he was called Jimi Slevin. And Jimmy was absolutely, he was at this whole neoclassical thing long before Yngwie Malmsteen or any of them were at it. He was mind-blowing. Lizzie did their best to try and get him into the band when they were having problems with different players, but I don't think he wanted to know. And he used to play the circuit around Ireland at the time, and I remember driving to the Boat Hall in Ballybuffet one night to see him. It was, and I'd heard of Jimi Slevin. I've got to check this guy out, you know, I've got to check this guy out and see, he's good. And he had a Flying V, and of course I just went, oh, this is just monstrous, you know, and he looked so cool, and he was such a great player. He genuinely was a really good player, you know, way ahead of his time. And so I became a bit infatuated with Jimmy for a while. It turned out that Jimmy was giving it his last hurrah around Ireland, and then he was emigrating to Germany. So we're driving past, I think, in a music shop in Dublin. Is it McCullough Pickett? Is it? Yeah. We're driving past after doing a wee gig, and I see hanging up in the window, and I knew it. I said, that's Jimi Slevin's hanging up. That's Jimi Slevin's Flying V hanging up in the window at the shop. I knew every dent in Jimmy's, every little crack and little end. So I rammed on the brakes. I was driving again, and the boy, and I said to the boys, empty your pockets. Empty your pockets. And they said, what for? I says, I see Jimi Slevin's guitar in there. So between us, we conjured up 20 pounds at the time. And I ran in there and I said to the guy, please can I put this down against that Flying V? I think they wanted 300 pounds or 350 pounds for it at the time. Please can I put that down? He says, it's not much you're putting down. He says, so I'll hold it for the weekend, and if you're not back up on Monday, and somebody comes in inquiring about it, it's gone. So I was back up at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning with Joe, and I got the money from my parents, and I bought the Flying V. And then that was the start of it for me. I became kind of associated with the Flying V, but it didn't look like that it was a kind of a brownie, winey coloured type thing. So I went away off, and Joe said to me, you know, it'd be really cool if you painted it all white. So we brought it off to, I think it was Derek Nelson in Dublin, who was a guitar. He looked after guitars and did stuff and built guitars. So I gave him the spec and told him what I wanted, and that was the guitar that recorded all of Plug It In and Turn It Up, and went on to it. Well, I had it for years, you know.